Talking about them balls, man, breaking haters off. Y'all ain't nothing but a small sprain. I'm a big dog now, you a small frame. Get ready to get played. Guitar strings, piano keys, bass bump. Getting ready to set sail while they sunk. Oh, so now you heard about Swiper, boy. Well, if you got a problem with my team, homie, say something. I read my brothers till the day I stop breathing. Whether I'm in the concert or hooping in the season. Look into my eyes, feel the passion, believe it. This is it, if you feel it, homie, seize it. I'm the hooper rapper, been different since early on. I do it for two, getting my worthy on. I do it for you, for all fans, hear this song. Giving my all when I put that game jersey on. And I'm ready to rock, never timid. This a new year, new team, sky's the limit. All right, we ready now. We are ready to go up in here. We got Tennessee baseball energy up in here in the Low T Center studio. Got Brad Matthews rocking the cursive orange jersey at the cream. Let's go. I want the run rule instituted today. That's what I want, Ben. Make it happen.
I think Tennessee's going to beat them pretty good. I really do. When you factor in the emotions of how they lost on Wednesday, and Tennessee's just from a personnel standpoint in a better spot right now. Alabama has gone through its pitching rotation, and I texted Roger Hoover, who calls the Alabama baseball games, contributes to the broadcast. He said today will be a bullpen day, a full bullpen day. They are going first with Landon Green, a hard-throwing righty, and will ride him as long as he's good. And then Chase Lee, who pitched well against Tennessee in those late innings the other day. He did pitch well, but he also gave up the 2 runs, if I remember correctly. He could pitch multiple innings again. So Tennessee's in a better position from a personnel standpoint. Alabama going with a bullpen day. Their best arms have thrown for the most part. And Tennessee's got Blake Tidwell, one of the best freshmen in the country, a likely future first-round pick on the bump who's been tearing it up lately. I like where Tennessee's at. And they've swung the bats well the last 2 days, much better than Alabama has. So I think Tennessee's going to win pretty convincingly.
I want to see that fire come from the bump, from the hill. I like, man, baseball got some of the coolest slangs. There he is, man.
Did you see me on Twitter last weekend teaching people about baseball slang?
No, I didn't. You tweet too much, man.
I do my job.
I can't keep up with you, all your tweets.
You're just not a dedicated Tennessee baseball fan.
Yes, I am. I'm more of a Tennessee baseball fan than any other sport, man.
False.
Because we winning. And
Rick
I like
Barnes'
Tony.
program wins. Rick Barnes' program wins.
I don't really have a program that I like more than the other. So you're right, it is false.
I don't either. You know how I am. I appreciate any of the sports that has Tennessee on the front of it. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, you know what my what 2 phrases I was teaching people about last weekend?
What's that?
So when you hit a baseball hard, a baseball term to describe hitting the ball hard is saying that he pissed on that ball. And people thought I was mentioning that he peed on the ball, but it just means that he hit the ball really hard.
Yeah. Frozen rope.
But people who don't understand that were confused about why I was mentioning somebody urinating.
Yeah, I would be confused too. I would think that's pretty nasty.
Which actually, I think you actually responded to one of my tweets early in the season when I mentioned that somebody pissed on a ball, which just means he hit the ball very hard. He hit a rope. He hit a laser. There's so many different ways.
I think we
to
can use that in
describe
football.
What happens in baseball?
I think we can use that in football. Eric Berry when he hit No Sean Marino, man, Eric just peed on him.
I don't think that applies.
He just whizzed right all over top of him. That man took a leak right on his helmet. Did y'all see it?
Imagine someone like Todd Blackledge on that seriously.
Or Vern Lundquist.
Oh, man.
Good gracious, Eric Berry just peed all over. No, Sean Marino.
Gotta go old school with like someone like Keith Jackson. Ho Nelly!
Man,
They just
Eric is
peed all over that one.
He's the real Wizinator.
The Wizinator.
He's the real Wizinator. You see that hit? All right, let's go back to the phones.
You got Wes.
Wes, good morning.
Morning, fellas. I can't believe we're talking about what we're talking about right now. This has just gotten out of hand here.
Hey, man, this is good baseball slang. So, I mean, we keep talking baseball.
We're educating the good people.
Oh, well, happy weekend to you guys. I've got two real quick things, and I'll hop off here and listen. Ben, this is actually a serious question about baseball, and unlike the PP questions we have to hear and these PP comments. We're a bunch of grown men. I'm just messing with you guys. Ben, what do you really think about the potential of this baseball thing? I'm of the opinion that if we can get hot, I think we can make a serious run at Omaha.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Tennessee can beat anybody, anywhere. That doesn't mean that they will, but we've seen them beat anybody. Even though they lost the series to Vanderbilt and Arkansas, they were very competitive. They won at least one game in each of those series, and Tennessee did not play a series with Mississippi State, but Mississippi State was the 3 seed in this year's tournament, and they dominated them yesterday, and Mississippi State threw its 3 best arms, and Tennessee got to those pitchers. So I completely agree. I wouldn't pick Tennessee to win the College World Series. I would go Arkansas. It just seems like Arkansas, no matter what the situation is, always finds a way to win. They did have a significant injury last week. Their Game 2 starter, Peyton Paulette, I think that's his last name, he had to leave the game due to injury, and he is going to have Tommy John. So that's a big injury loss for Arkansas, but they're just so loaded that they would be my pick to win it all. But you are absolutely correct. Tennessee can absolutely make it to Omaha. They can. I think they will make a run. Who knows if they make it to Omaha? I need to see the matchups first, but I would be surprised if they didn't make it out of regionals next weekend, and they're going to be hosting a super regional, so somebody's going to have to come to Knoxville to get to Omaha. The path to Omaha runs through Knoxville, so they're definitely capable of going on a run here and making it all the way.
Yeah, I agree. I actually sat about 2 rows below you at the walk-off game against Arkansas, and I was actually going to come up there and give you a fist bump, but I was down there. I was too occupied watching my dad have the time of his life because it was for his birthday, and he
That's awesome.
It was the best gift I could have given him for a while. But Swain, I've got a heavy, hard-hitting question for you, and then I'm going to jump off here.
Oh, boy.
Serious
Okay.
question.
All right.
What is your go-to at dead end? Because I've never had it, and you've got to knock this one out of the park for me.
Man, that's tough. Go-to. I think if you've never been, I think burn ends is something that you gotta experience. I think, and whether you have the Bernie Mac and the burn ends on sitting on top of the macaroni and cheese, or if you just get burn ends with a side of beans and sausage and
Sausage
macaroni
and cheese plate.
cheese, or mixed greens, like it's hard for me to tell you just one go-to because there's so many different things. And for me, like this whole entire year, man, all I've had is just the wings. That's all I've gotten this entire year, man. They're just great. But I think if you've never been, I think jalapeno cornbread, go with either mixed greens or beans and sausage or macaroni and cheese. Pick 2 out of there, and then get you some burnt ends. I think that should be every person's first meal of that in barbecue. And then from there, you can kind of branch out and go, you can go Mac Attack with the pulled pork or brisket sandwich. You can go wings. You can go several different ways. But, man, I think people just have to experience the burnt ends. So that's what I would do.
It's hard to go wrong there.
Nah, I know, man. It's good old eating right there. Let me go back to this text box.
It is full of joy right now.
Valville says, so glad I found the show. I'm from Huntsville, too. Went to Buckhorn as well.
Let's go.
Never heard of Ben before, but Swain has been a legend since 8th grade.
Please. Swain never beat Hoover. Guess who did beat Hoover? Ben.
Yeah, I played him in a good sport.
And what? Were y'all playing like badminton at field day?
Hoover baseball
Probably
and
spelling
Buckhorn
bee.
baseball is more competitive than Hoover football and Grissom football.
I got you.
Probably spelling bee. Probably spelling bee.
Regulator, I promise you, it's common.
Yeah, I can attest to that. It's pretty common.
It's common. I know you like to rain on my parade constantly, but I'm actually right on that one.
I like the caveat of I've been watching for years.
I mean, they're not gonna see Joe and Augusta. First thing he says, piss missile.
Yep.
Some
That
of my
one
favorite
was said a
terms.
lot.
I'm not going to use the other ones. Well, I'm not going to use the second one. Battery, tools of ignorance, over the gate, buzz the tower. Some of my favorite terms.
So what Joe and Augusta just mentioned, one of my former travel team coaches, who is actually a police officer and was by Fulmer side a lot of his career, and even Dooley until he left. He would say "piss missile" like every inning. You're at bat. Hey, give me one here. Give me one. Sit on one.
I've never heard that before, man. I like it, though. I'm going to use it in football. I'm using it for
Regulator said that we need to stop saying that. Well, technically he told me to stop saying it, so I guess you're good to keep saying it.
DC5 says he told me to stop with the Eric Berry jokes because he spewed coffee on his monitor.
I had a coffee
man.
spill this morning too.
Oh, man. Brad says those kids were lit going after those balls. It's the equivalent of throwing lotto tickets up in the air for those Bama parents, Buck Fama. No, the kids going after the ball is the equivalent of the moment that the gates open at the Alabama spring game. Running of the Gumps is the equivalent of that.
Watching kids run after foul balls is very entertaining.
It's cool, man.
They get heated sometimes.
Man, it's so cool. It's so cool to see those kids, man, go after those foul balls. It's like when you go to the playground and you see kids playing. And I would advise you to have your own kid to do this. Don't do this if you don't have any other kids. If you don't have any kids, you just go to the playground and watch kids play. That's kind of creepy. And
That's what Brad does.
we'll call police on you. But, like, if you have a kid, you go to the playground, you're just sitting there, just watch kids play. It's so cool, man. It takes you back to it like when you used to do the same thing. And for being that wasn't too long ago. Let me get back to
Fine
the
by
text
me.
box.
That just means you're old.
Get back to the text box here. Other McKee says he got his pork shoulder going. Smoker sitting at 225. And the pork is at 102 after 2.5 hours.
Is he on the right track, Swaino?
You got some time, buddy. Yeah, you got some time. I don't know if that thing will be ready. Let's see. It should be ready by the time of the game. If he wraps it.
Okay.
Yeah, if he wraps it at a certain point, because it don't take in so much smoke. So wrap it and put some more good stuff inside of that wrap, and it'll be done. All right, let's see what else is on the text box. LC Vaughn, why do you think Danny didn't go to South Carolina with Randy and Plowman to tour their facilities? And have y'all heard that Pratt is heading up the boosters to get the money together for the stadium? I do know Larry Pratt has been active, and he is a big Danny White supporter. And yes, he is. I don't know as far as heading up, the boosters, but I do know Larry has been awesome. He's been awesome, and has been a great ally for Danny White and trying to get other boosters on board bring everybody together. I don't know if I should
And
say
I know,
that or not, but I think it's positive, so I feel like I should share that with people.
yes, and to add on to the positivity, Tony Vitello hasn't been conducting many conversations as it relates to the future, one way or the other. But when that doesn't mean that there hasn't been zero communication with Tennessee and potential renovations to the stadium. Those discussions have been going on for several weeks now. They just haven't been super in depth or super lengthy. And I do know that when the conversations have been had, and it's been more through Tony Vitello's representation. He is a Jimmy Sexton client, but I believe that there's people under Jimmy Sexton kind of handling. So, like, he is, like, Jimmy Sexton is his agent, but obviously Jimmy Sexton can't handle every coach or athlete in America. So, obviously there are people below Jimmy that are kind of handling Tony, I guess, would be one way to look at it.
Yeah,
but
Jimmy got guys working for him, younger agents.
Right.
Yeah.
But through the agent, the conversations have been about facility upgrades and whatnot. When he has had a brief conversation or something along those lines, and I do find it curious. That first part of the question that you brought up, Swain, I don't know if you were looking on Facebook or if you were looking on the text box, but asking if it was can you read that first part of the question?
Why do you think Danny
Carolina?
didn't go to South Carolina with Randy and Plowman to tour their facilities?
That's a intriguing question. I don't know. Definitely noteworthy, I think. I don't think I'm reading too much into it by thinking that it's at least noteworthy. I don't think it's the end-all, be-all. Maybe who knows? There could be multiple reasons as to why Danny White did not go. Maybe he's already seen South Carolina's facilities.
Maybe he doesn't need to because he got Randy.
Correct. So I wouldn't read too much into that, though I do think it is a definitely something to take note of. That is interesting that Danny White did not go. But the Tennessee's been trying to round up boosters, whether it's Danny White speaking to boosters, and when I say boosters, like trying to find new boosters for the baseball program, or speaking to boosters that already exist to see if they would be willing to give even more. Those conversations have been going on for a while now, whether it be Danny White speaking, whether it be Tony Vitello speaking. They're doing their best to put their best foot forward in terms of trying to upgrade Lindsey Nelson Stadium, which is why we here on the show continue to communicate that if Tony Vitello does choose to go elsewhere, it's not going to be because Tennessee doesn't put its best foot forward. It's going to be because Tennessee baseball is behind the times, and other schools that could potentially come in and swoop up Tony V already have what Tennessee needs in place. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't think that Tony Vitello expects everything to be done overnight, which obviously works in Tennessee's favor. Tony Vitello does love being in Knoxville. He loves Tennessee. I think like Austin Price talked about on Tuesday, the thought of building up his own program at Tennessee, similar to how Tim Corbin has at Vanderbilt and Dave Van Horn at Arkansas and so on and so forth in the SEC. I do think that is very appealing to Tony Vitello. So we'll see what happens. But I think Tennessee's in a good spot all around. Not saying that Tony Vitello will definitely be here next year, but I do think that as of May 28th, I do think Tennessee's in a good spot.
And Larry Pratt's name, is on, building already. I mean, Larry has already put his money where his mouth is, and he saw Tennessee basketball emerging. just like Tennessee baseball, emerging. You got a coach you believe in, and you want to set Tennessee right there with the best of the best. And Larry Pratt pony up a lot of money to help build the Pratt Pavilion. And awesome basketball training facilities. I've been over there a couple times. It's beautiful. And so Pratt has done that before. So it's no surprise that he's right there in the mix again, stepping up to the plate, pun intended, to help Tony Vitello and his baseball program, help Tennessee do what it needs to do to be there with the other facilities in the country. So, yeah, man, I've heard some good things about Mr. Pratt. So let me go back to the text box. Jamel says, please do whatever this guy needs us to do. I know football has been the moneymaker, but baseball can be, it's almost equal. No, Jamel. Never.
Not from a money standpoint. From
No.
a passion standpoint of the fan base and how much Tennessee fans want it, yeah. Probably could come close, but not anywhere close to money-wise.
No. With the top 10 team every year, especially Tennessee, our Rabbit fans should do whatever it takes. Well, I mean, donate some money. That's what it's going to take. Everyone's like, let's do whatever it takes. Let's do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. That's what it takes. It takes more people with more skin in the game. That's what it takes. And there's no reason to shy away from it, but that's what it takes. Everyone's looking around going, somebody do something. Somebody do something. Somebody do something. It's us. It's what we have to do. We have to do it. We got to step
start
up.
the GoFundMe?
And there's multiple ways to step up. Tony said it on this show when he came on, Tony Vitello. And I don't know if he, want to come out and just blatantly say, hey, we need more money. We need, what Danny White said was 100% accurate. But Tony went into a different direction, looked at it differently, and said, hey, man, I just want the atmosphere to be one of the best atmospheres in college baseball. I want the stands packed. So it's not a scenario where we're looking around going, man, I sure hope they don't mess it up, or I sure hope the administration. No, man, it's us. We need to step up. We can step up. It's our program. We got so offended when Brian Maurer talked about it's not our football program, but just because he plays. And the fans are right. It is your football program. It's your basketball program. It's your athletic program. And so instead of saying them or, they or, it's us. And you either, supporting or you're not. You're either supporting financially or, in a big way or a small way. If you're buying tickets, you're supporting in a smaller way. If you buy merchandise, supporting in a smaller way. But if you're dropping some donations, you're supporting in a bigger way. And everyone has their own comfort level of donation and support. But that's what it's going to take. And there's no reason to beat around the bush about it anymore. That's what it's going to take. It takes everybody. No more beating around the bush. All right.
How much time?
Am I off base, Ben?
How much time, Ben?
Time with what?
If we get through another season from somebody else poaching him before these upgrades are done, how much time do we have? Does he just need to see effort? Does he just need to see progress? Or does this need to happen in a quick turnaround?
I think it's both commitment and action. You do have to show Tony Vitello a commitment. And it's not just Tony Vitello. It's the Tennessee baseball program. And I think Tony would say this, but the baseball program is bigger than Tony because it's the University of Tennessee's baseball program that Tony is in charge of. And if LSU opens up today, which there's some rumors going around that it could open up today, and Tony were to take that job, or if Tony were to take the A&M job, like there's going to be another coach that comes in here, and that coach is going to need the same support that Tony Vitello is going to need if Tony Vitello decides to stay in Knoxville. So it's it's a commitment to the program as a whole, and that is what Tony Vitello wants to see. He wants to see a commitment to the program as a whole from a facility standpoint, both the stadium and the team facilities. A legitimate clubhouse, a players' lounge, a better weight room, things like that, and then also making sure that assistants can be properly compensated. I don't know how Tennessee's assistant coach budget compares to others. Maybe that's something that I need to dive into and do some research on. But, I mean, it's always nice. Rick Barnes needed to get a bump in assistant money that he could dish out. And I'm sure Tony Vitello feels the same way. I think every coach in America feels the same way, that they could always use more money to put towards assistant coaches. And another thing with the facilities, Tennessee baseball needs more suites. That would be more appealing to boosters if they wanted to come to games, is to be able to sit in a suite. And that would be part of the renovations, obviously. But it's a commitment and it's action. You do have to communicate a commitment to the baseball program, whoever the coach is. But I say action as well because there's been a lot of talk. It's been all talk over the last decade and no action. So you can talk about it all day long, but if you're not following through with your actions, your word means absolutely nothing. So it's both commitment and action that needs to be displayed. And
by
Brad,
everybody.
You're right. Yes, by everybody.
Yeah.
And Brad, you're right. Like, even if Tony Vitello decides to stay in Tennessee for another year, doesn't take a job this offseason, I'm sure there will be another attractive job that opens up next year, and they'd be silly not to consider Tony, and the year after that, and the year after that. But I do think if Tennessee can get over this initial hurdle, I think this is the crucial year compared to the year after or the year after that. If they can get over this initial hurdle and like truly commit to the program and Lindsey Nelson renovations and team amenity renovations and things like that, everything I just detailed, then I do think that the path to Tony Vitello being here, like truly long term for several more years, becomes easier. They just got to get through this offseason. It'll always be something that pops up for sure, like you mentioned, Brad. But I think if they can get through this offseason, if they can get the renovations going, I think keeping him becomes much easier in the future, because then also you can continue to add on to your initial investment into the program this offseason.
Great stuff right there, Ben.
We'll take a brief break with the bottom of hour number 3 here on the program. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Brad Matthews, Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Hope you're having a great Friday. Our telephone number, the Irish Networks hotline, is 865-200-5503. Stay with us.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup, Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses. If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. irisnetworksusa.com.
Oh, Brad found your favorite bumper music.
Finally.
He got into your bag, Ben. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Swing event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hope you are having a great morning. Tennessee, getting ready to get some revenge. I don't care, man. I'm watching the game today.
But outside, right? We're going to carry one of these TVs out there. We're going to mount it real quick.
Well, no.
I can't watch it.
Part of the he can't watch it. He can't watch it outside.
I thought you just had to be outside.
I mean, I could. I can take TV outside and watch it, but
yes, but that wasn't the problem.
That's not the problem.
It's not that he was watching it outside, and then that's when they started doing well. It's that he was outside and he was not paying any attention to it, and that's when they started doing well.
Should we try being outside and watching it and see if that?
Nope.
Okay.
No. Because I was watching it. And then, went outside for a quick minute. I come back. Tennessee scores 4 runs. Wednesday, same thing. Tennessee scores 2 runs. And I'm texting Ben. I was like, yo, am I the problem here?
Yes.
And he was like, yeah. It's your fault. So I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do today. I don't want to not watch it.
What's your wise counsel for Swain today?
To not watch it.
That's not fair.
Well, you just shouldn't be bad luck. That's your fault. You shouldn't allow bad karma to catch up to yourself.
Yeah, which I do every NFL season when I send Ben a text the week of the Ravens-Steelers game.
Because I don't be believing in that stuff, man. I think.
Hold on. Pause.
I'm
time out. Put it in reverse.
Karma.
Hold on. Two. Time.
Bag
time.
up.
Out.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Speaking of dead end.
Yeah.
And now that Brad Matthews
I've been
on the show. No, you haven't.
But do I need to show our text messages to
people?
but
you've been trying to sweet talk me. You mentioned it once.
No, I've got at least 4 or 5 on there.
And
we're like, yeah, man,
as if,
we'll get something lined up for next week. Let me get through this.
Yes, you did do that. But my point is, you're pretending to be like some sweet friend that wants to pay for my lunch. But in reality, you have to pay up on your bet.
Yeah, and we're playing golf. I said I'd pay for both.
But I want you to
I lost a bet.
To the bet. Yeah.
I lost a bet.
What bet did you lose?
It was a Steelers-Ravens bet.
About what?
Details elude me. Better regular season record.
That's right. Who won the division?
You guys. Who made it further in the playoffs?
And look, like I've told the listeners time and time again, who really won? Because both of our seasons were failures.
Yes.
Both of us choked in the playoffs.
Yes.
But
both of our
despite
teams
that,
were riddled with injury.
Correct. My team, though, despite choking in the playoffs and at the end of the season, beat your team twice, won the division, and now you have to pay for my dead end. So
We didn't
who
get
really
swept by the
loses?
Browns, though.
Who really loses?
Whoever gets swept by the Browns.
No, because one of the games, technically they didn't get swept by the Browns. They beat the Browns once. Fam, so why don't you
final
check
two.
up on your stats first
Final
before you
2
come
losses
at me.
of the season.
Yeah, one of them was when we rested half the team, so that counts. And we almost beat them with Mason Rudolph. That counts as half a win.
Rudy!
That's a half a win right there.
Mason
But
Rudolph
Ben really wins because he
is-
gets dead end barbecue for free.
Exactly.
And
Thank you.
golf.
And golf.
Well, I'm not making you pay for my golf.
Well, I mean, you're not making me do anything. I'm offering.
Yeah, good enough.
Staying true to the bet. And throwing some icing on the cake.
We'll
or
take
some
it.
sauce on the barbecue.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Who's on the line there?
Rusty.
Rusty. Good morning, Rusty.
My guy.
What's up?
What's up, Rusty, man? Happy Friday.
You too. So, not even going to talk about the game today because just one word, revenge, and that's all we got to say.
That's it.
Our guys seemed a little peeved yesterday, and I'm sure they're carrying that with them again today. We're just going to let it rip. Can I nerd out?
Yes.
All right, so thinking about all these scenarios and coaching and trying to keep somebody on staff or, at the university and upgrades to the facilities, I've been, just racking my brain. What can we do to Lindsey Nelson Stadium? What cool upgrades can we do? I know there's tons of renderings out there. I know people got tons of ideas, but I have an idea, and it's spaced out in left field. Because
Tear it down and start from scratch.
We know how the road curves behind left field, and you can't do a lot out there.
Mm-hmm.
What if we short porched left field and brought that fence in to about 315 at the foul pole, 310 at the foul pole, and then maybe all the way to the alley in left center, maybe veer it out towards 330, 340, and build a 30-foot wall, a la the Green Monster, but make it the Orange Monster, and put about 5 rows of seats on top.
Yeah, that'd be blinding everybody that actually had good seats behind home plate, looking out into a big orange monster. Ugh.
All right, a smoky gray monster with balls and orange on it.
Now I'm on board. I'm intrigued.
I don't know that I'm down with
Being
incorporating something from the Boston Red Sox into Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Well, okay, but
Boston wins, though, right, Ben?
Take out your Yankee pride.
All the same people in the South hate the Yankees, so, it's okay to go with the Red Sox down here.
If I was from the South and I had to watch the Yankees beat up on my team 4 times in the World Series in the 90s, I'd hate them too.
My biggest problem with this, and again, I love where your head's at. We're already short in left field. We're only 320 out there. There's some high school fields in this area that are deeper in left field than that. So, I like the idea, but we may need to tweak it a little bit.
Rusty, you and I need to get a bulldozer. We need to tear down all the frat houses, run the frat boys out of town, and tear down Lindsey Nelson and just start from scratch and build a palace.
Hey, I'm not disputing that, but I still say do something unique like a high wall with a short porch, even if you do change it, because I think kids, recruits would love the idea of playing at a place that was unique. Like
yes.
Fenway's unique. We can hate the Red Sox all day long, but Fenway's unique.
It is.
Wrigley's
It is.
unique.
Yes.
And playing in a place and getting kids to come on campus and holy cow, that's different.
I can't believe you don't think Lindsey Nelson is unique, as it is.
It's unique. Just like ugly girls have good personality.
No, Rusty, I know I'm messing around, but I do like that idea. I think it'd be cool to kind of have a monster out in left field, an orange monster. I don't know if they could go with the color orange. That like Brad said, that would. Right. I don't know how appealing that would be in terms of trying to play a baseball game and having that in the corner of your eye. But something like that would be really cool. Put some seats up there. Vandy has something similar out in left field, and it's pretty fascinating when a ball's hit out there.
It's just no point if you're gonna drop $20-25 million or more or less or whatever, it's no point in dropping all that money just to be like everybody else and just to be in line with everybody else. Go ahead and stand out. Put a tattoo in your face, man, like Mike Tyson. Stand out.
And how much would people pay? How much would people pay to sit up on top of it too?
Can I drink?
Yeah, you can drink.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm just saying. I didn't know if there'd be a rural college campus.
You can drink.
That kind of height up there, though.
You can drink.
All right.
You ain't driving. You're just up high.
I'm just clarifying.
You can
have
drink.
to have glass walls. You got to have glass walls in front and glass walls on the sides. Just like a rooftop bar. But
Okay.
Oh yeah, Rusty.
If it's an SEC series, I'm probably playing close to triple digits for that.
Let's just get rid of the stupid parking lot and do something with the parking lot, please.
It's more of like a dump lot. Like there's just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff back there.
I mean, I kind of like parking there when I go visit.
You're right. There's a ton of wasted space out in right field.
It's memories.
Behind the right field wall where the porch is, there's tons of wasted parking lot out there too. That they could build something out there too and still have parking under it. I mean, it's not. This isn't that complicated.
What would Lindsey Nelson do?
Yeah. Listen, Danny's been a part of this already at Ole Miss when he was, on the senior staff there in administration. So I don't think it's that hard for it to be done either. But y'all know what the pink elephant in the room is. It's the downtown stadium.
Money.
And that too. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I mean, we would use that, but not as like a home stadium.
But what Swain is saying is that the administration wants to use it as a home stadium, and Tony Vitello is not gung-ho about using it as a full-time home stadium because he wants the on-campus atmosphere.
Yeah,
correct. And why does the administration want him to do that?
Because it saves them money.
Thank you.
What does that have to do with what Swain just said?
No, I'm just saying, like, this is what Tony is fighting. The administration with how they want to spend their money and forcing them into a box where Tennessee's baseball program doesn't need to be.
I want to go as far as, not to steal Rusty's call. Rusty, you can have it after this. I want to go as far as to say that he's fighting the administration. They're just having discussions and trying to see the other person's opinion and decide what's the best route to go.
Yeah.
If you're going to not do Lindsey Nelson and you want to move it off campus and you're Randy Boyd or whoever, think about another idea. That if you want to move it off campus, try to keep it as close to campus as possible. Find some land right on the river, and I know there's not much, but find some, buy it, and build it somewhere that we can have an outfield splashdown into the water in the river, like at Pac Bell or in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
give us that option too.
Man, Rusty,
Rusty's giving all the good ideas.
You got some good ideas today.
I nerded out, man. I'm telling you.
That's good stuff right there.
Hey, go Big Orange. Love you guys.
Have a good one, Rusty.
Late too, Rusty, man. All right, who's next?
Joe and Augusta.
Joe and Augusta, good morning, man. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, gentlemen. So I like Rusty's idea with the wall, but I was kind of thinking about expanding on this. What if they build like a small hotel in left field that's in play? So ball bounces off the hotel. You got to field it, 20, 30, 40 feet, something like that. Short porch on top of the hotel, home run. Anything off the hotel is in play, and they can rent them rooms out for high dollar.
There is some promise to this if it's done the right way. But I just don't think you have the space back there for even a tall vertical but skinny in depth hotel. The space is just so tight. But New Braves Park, Truist Park, it's not right on the wall, obviously, but there's a hotel notorious where if you are on one side of the building, you can watch clear as day every Braves game, and those rooms go for high dollar. It's a pretty cool environment.
Yeah, I'm down here in Augusta, and the Green Jackets, who are a Braves affiliate now, they built a stadium in North Augusta. Well, North Augusta built a stadium for them, which is right over the river in Carolina. And there's a apartment complex that's probably 15 feet behind the wall. And all those are going for, down here, an apartment like that generally goes for about $750, $800 a month. And I think those are going for like $1,500 to $2,000.
Wow.
So, because this park it's super nice. But seeing that kind of, and him talking about that short porch, I kind of combined them and was thinking, it'd be cool to have a hotel like that in play. And, if something gets hung up on a balcony, you go ground rule double like they do with the Ivy and Wrigley.
Joe and Ben, I need you here. Swain, if you have thoughts, of course you too. The road that goes behind the outfield wall, is basically a detour route for people trying to avoid heavy traffic spots on campus.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been there, we've all used it, but there's got to be a way where we can redirect that road to create a little bit more space behind the wall. Would that be the easiest fix to create this extra space? I think so.
I mean, it can be done. I know the Masters just completely redirected a whole road and just took it over, and that's where they put that Berkman's place. They didn't, when I say redirected, they took the whole project over from Richmond County, which is where the Augusta National sits. And because Richmond County's like, yeah, we can get this done, but it's going to be like 3 or 4 years. And the National's like, well, how about you guys just let us do it and we'll have it done, in 4 months. And it's just gone forever. There's a 4-way red light there, but you can't turn left or right coming from one direction because there's nothing there anymore.
Is that over there near Washington Street?
Yep. It's when you're coming up on Washington Road, headed towards downtown, the National will be on your right.
Yep.
And Berkman's Road, they just completely dissolved it, and it's now part of the course, and that's where Berkman's house sits.
That's crazy, man. That's where I used to park when we went down there.
Yeah, all that's gone. All that's part of the course now, or part of course grounds.
Good ideas, Joe. Rusty.
Joe is coming in with all the knowledge, baseball and golf.
Let's kill Bama today and send them home. Y'all have a good Friday, boys.
You too, man. Be careful this weekend. Run, rule. I want to institute it today.
That'd be so great. Ben, what do you think about that? We got to do something with that road.
Yes, I would love to see.
I like that road.
The university get rid of the road behind Lindsey Nelson and.
I never see anybody driving on it.
Its advantage.
I never see a lot of people use it, like actually drive on it.
It's one of those cruise roads, if you know what I mean.
Yep, it's a sneaky way to get around campus.
Yeah, but usually when I'm on it, I'm the only one on it.
It's tough.
You may be the only one at it at that time, but it is constantly being used.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not like always super packed, but it's consistently used.
Yeah, it's a valuable road now.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It is. But it's cool to see our last two callers have these two different ideas, and I wonder what type of ideas they're being thrown around. With university officials and athletic department about kind of what to do with the stadium. Of course, there's not a ton of room, but you can always go vertical. And I thought Rusty had a really good idea too. So
I think the only what I don't think anything will ever happen to that road because as the stadium currently sits, what would doing away with that road do?
Creates more opportunity for outfield seating
and more problems for
correct.
traffic.
But there's plenty of room as it is in left field to expand outfield seating because behind the porch right now is that stupid parking lot, and there's plenty of space if you get rid of that parking lot and use it for the stadium to make something out there.
Yeah, that's just in left field, though. But over in right field, where the scoreboard is, you've got maybe, 12 to 15 feet from the back of the fence to the street? Yeah,
but if they're all gung-ho on doing up left field, I don't know that right field's going to get a ton of attention, quite frankly. What my thought was going to be is that I think if they ever get rid of that road, it's going to be because they have decided to build a brand new stadium and they are flipping the stadium, and home plate would be back there, and the outfield would be on the opposite side. But I don't ever see that happening, so there's really no use in even discussing it.
Big Biz James says, what makes A&M a hot commodity in baseball? Stadium seems similar to ours on TV, at least. Was it that they offered tech coach over $1 million? So, Ben, Brad, what makes A&M a hot commodity in baseball?
They're just in a better spot. They have more resources. They have shown a commitment to baseball for a very long time now. Their fans love baseball. And that feeds into the resources being there for the program. And Texas is a great baseball state. I don't think
recruiting,
like Texas.
Their park is new, facilities, money.
Yes, but even like with the state of Texas, like I in terms of baseball in the state of Texas, it's not just overwhelmingly better than baseball in the Southeast. Like there is a great recruiting footprint here in the Southeast, in the state of Tennessee, the Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. The Southeast is a baseball hotbed. So there may be more talent in Texas, and even that I think is debatable, quite honestly. I think you could make an argument for the Southeast having better baseball talent. The state of Georgia itself is a heck of a baseball state. So the recruiting footprint isn't that much better. A&M's just had more success over time, and as a result of that success, they've put more resources into the program. So A&M's where Tennessee wants to get to, which is why right now it's more attractive than Tennessee.
Yeah.
Hey.
$24 million complex opened in 2012.
The best way for me to put it is, I'm not going to like doing this, but whatever. The football comparison.
Just don't be nasty.
I won't be nasty. Well, this may be worse than being nasty. Tennessee baseball right now is what Kentucky football is under Mark Stoops. And A&M is where Tennessee is. A&M baseball is where Tennessee baseball is. So we know that the better job in football is Tennessee, of course. And that's kind of how I would compare how far A&M's program is ahead of Tennessee's baseball program. And I would definitely, even to the 10th degree with LSU baseball. And if that opens up as expected, like that's an even greater example of, like LSU baseball is what, in terms of resources and facilities and passion for the program, that's what Tennessee football is. And then Tennessee baseball is that Kentucky football program who is hot right now, kind of seen success that it hasn't necessarily seen before. And yes, I know that Tennessee's made it to the College World Series and whatnot, but trying to compare the two best I can. They're that new hot up and coming team with a coach that's doing it big, and the fans love them and whatnot. So they're just further ahead than Tennessee is in the sport of baseball.
It is what it is. I want to end on a different note. I'll answer this question right here from YouTube because I think it's a good one, and then back to Tennessee baseball as we wrap up today's show and for the week and get ready for the game today against Alabama. But Matthew, as if the transfer portal existed when I was a player, would I have tested it? Seemed like from most coaches it is a mess. Do you see changes coming? I've never agreed more with Gino or Emma. I mean, I think yesterday, day before yesterday, he called it a mess. Said over 1,000 people in the transfer portal, and I don't know. I think I wasn't really upset bothered my freshman year. I mean, after the first game, I was hot. First game, I wasn't happy at all. But I mean, I played in the Florida game. Was a leading receiver in the Florida game my freshman year, and played every game after that. So no, I was good. I don't think I could sit here and say that the transfer portal would be something that I would test it if I was a player, because I had a pretty good experience. My freshman year and on. It wasn't anybody else's fault. Injuries happened, and I was good. So no, I probably wouldn't have. All right, guys. What happens today? How many runs? How comfortable is the win? Do we win? How y'all feeling? as we wrap up today's show.
Can we?
Tennessee wins. I'll say 13-4.
Say 8-3 Vols. Alabama runs late in the game after a dominant performance by Blade.
I'm going less than 10 runs, but I think we win by 5 runs. That's where I'm going, man. That's where I'm going. But I hope Ben's prediction is true. 'Cause I want these dudes out of here, man. I don't want to just beat them by a run or two. I want to knock their head in.
Yeah.
I want to
wax them. I want everybody to stare in the dugout and look at them like Brooks Koepka looks at Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah. I want a TT on them. That's what I want to do.
Hot take to end the show.
What you got?
The Bryson DeChambeau hate is over the top and ridiculous. Everybody wants to hate on Bryson DeChambeau for some of his antics, and I get it. I get that he has an interesting personality that irritates people. But my hot take, and I don't even think it's that hot of a take, Brooks Koepka has the same traits. He does and says as stupid things, just in a different way.
Totally.
So y'all can hate on Bryson
right,
DeChambeau all you want. You standing up for a fraud in Brooks Koepka too.
It's funny that people take sides, but sometimes when two people got beat, they're really the same person.
They're like legitimately my least two favorite golfers, but they're so entertaining because of what they're doing right now. It's like a middle school cat fight.
Love it.
But it's in front of everybody.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. For Ben McKee and Brad Matthews and Jason Swain Event Fueled by Dead End Barbecue, live here from the Low T Center studio. We hope you have a great weekend. Same time Monday, 7 a.m. Have a great weekend, a safe weekend. Peace and love. We are out.